Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by. This is my first YouTube video, so it's going to be kind of rough, but nonetheless, I hope you enjoy it. As time progresses, I expect the quality of video will improve. My wish is that you and your family try this delicious beef empanadas. The recipe is excellent. Thank you. Mama's Mexican Kitchen. Please feel free to comment if you have any questions as well, and the recipe will be in down below. Have a great day. Well, good morning. Getting ready for today. Um, I'm cooking just in a little bit of olive oil, of course, light olive oil. It's a pound of meat, ground beef. So for those who do not, really, we don't actually need to use a lot of salt. I used to put a lot of bouillon cubes or that seasoning that comes kind of powder, everything with salt. I guess we're so used to, and the salt kind of hides in the garlic and everything. So everything can come out pretty salty, you won't even notice. Now that I'm using less salt, can you hold this for me, please? Now that we're using less salt, um, um, I'm using now um, the garlic sea salt. If you can find it, it's good and it's better for you. So I'm just cooking. Why am I cooking the ground beef? The ground beef, I'm cooking it because we are going to make empanadas, the corn flour tortilla, maseca. This is not a commercial, but you know, that's the only brand that I use. And that's what you will need. You will need a pound of ground beef and maseca. But let's do these 5 steps. I'm going to turn this off for just a second. So let this finish. The garlic salt, the sea salt, that was the only ingredient that I had added to my beef. So keep that in mind. I mean, you can taste it once it's cooked, and you can see if it needs more salt, because this is the first step for our empanadas. Okay, so let me just pause for 1 minute until this meat is ready. Hello again, I'm back. As you can see, I put my ground beef in a container. I really wanted it to be a little dry because I want to fry it a little bit. But the tip, when you are making something that tastes good, we are going to do basically first um, the meat. Then we're going to take out the meat out of the grease, and then we're going to fry the tomatoes and the onions. This is a good sized tomato. This is one tomato which has been um, skinned and de-seeded. Thanks to my husband, he's kind of my assistant. As you can see, I do have an accent. I do have an accent because my main language is Spanish and English is my second one. My husband is the vice versa, which is English and then Spanish. Anyway, so we are going to just put a little bit of oil here in the pan, and we're going to start with the meat. Well, welcome back. Now I'm going to add. You can hear the sizzling here. So I'm going to add the onions, and then I'm gonna let them cook for a little bit, And then I will add the tomatoes. Uh, okay, look at the color. Now we have that beautiful color that we need. Means the tomato and onion, they're almost ready. Remember, we're going to cook these in part because if we do it all together, we're not gonna let also the meat get the frying flavor and everything. But you will see how everything is gonna come up together, and I know you're gonna enjoy it. I mean, you see the maseca in the stores, and you might be wondering what is these for? How did you cook these? Once you learn how to cook these, you're gonna say, why didn't I learn this before? And you'll be happy to see that you are going to be a great cook, a great Mexican cook. Really, Mexican food, it's not that complicated. What is complicated is finding some of the ingredients that goes to it. Because Mexico is so broad, has so many states, and the gastronomy in Mexico is wonderful. And I don't know some dishes from Central America, Central Mexico or South of Mexico. So let me just take care of these first because I don't want. Just a moment, I'm gonna pause just 1 second. Now I'm going to add a little bit of oil. Okay, this is olive oil, light olive oil. Let's just hit it a little. I think it's had enough. And we're going to add the meat, the ground beef. This is the ground beef we cooked before. And you know, you can even do it the night before. Get your stuff ready. You cook it the night before, refrigerator, and it's ready to go for the next day. Because if you're gonna make tortillas, you will see it's so easy to make tortillas, but it takes a little bit of time. It's a little bit of consuming time that you have to be ready to have. But you know, everything costs, right? Even when you're making food, if you want it to taste good, it's gonna take some of the ingredients takes a little longer than the other ones. I mean, we can just buy it in the store, like tostadas or those brands that sell already the shell tostadas, tacos. The flavor is absolutely different. It it's better when you have everything fresh, and you will see once you try make this, you will say, this flavor is good. And this not only can be empanadas, you can make tacos. A taco means anything you put inside the tortilla. That's a taco. So you can make tacos de picadillo, the green beef tacos, and then I will show you in the future, God willing, how to make avocado sauce. And it's delicious to put it on top of your tacos, on top of your empanadas. I mean, it goes really well. Okay, now we're trying to fry a little bit the meat before we add the tomato and onions that we saute. And we're just gonna wait a little bit. Want to make sure that the meat get to the flavor that I want to. I mean, you have to try it. Remember, I add the salt. I try when I'm cooking. You need to try if it's good with salt. If it needs a little bit more, it's your gusto, your taste.
To taste.
To
yes.
taste. So please, actually, the recipes that we have is you try it if you like it. What else does it need? Does it need more salt? Is it just perfect as it is? Like I said, I have to cook with less salt, and it's good to cook with less salt. But this, I think I'm getting used to. So I'm giving you the amount of salt that I put in my food, but it's always is what you used to or what you use. Now, I can hear it right now. I'm going to try it and see if it is what I want it to be. And I'm going to get a fork and just try it. It's good. Anyway, it needs a little bit long, like 5 minutes. So let me pause it for just a second because it's gonna take 5 minutes to do this. Again, what we need for this recipe, as you can see, the ground beef, and you will see how many empanadas are gonna come out with this one. And we're going to accompany this with beans. We use only tomato, onion, and we use the maseca. I have my, can you lift the top for that? I have my black beans already boiling. If you don't know how to make those black beans, I will show you the next time. And then these black beans, I'm going to fry them. It's gonna be fried beans with the empanadas. Okay? Okay, I think we're ready to add a little bit, add little by little the tomato and onions. See, what we don't want is to make this too, I don't want to say wet, but too moist, because it's not good for the empanadas. Go ahead. This is my assistant that sometimes all of it.
With the oil?
Oh, everything. And that's what we were waiting to fuse with the oil. The oil is going to give it more flavor to the meat.
Okay.
So sometimes you are going to hear my husband's voice. He's my assistant. And he loves to cook. He loves to cook Mexican food. So, because I don't have the stand for my cell phone, I asked for his assistant. And he's been doing a great job. Once I get the tripod or whatever it's called, I think I will be able to do it. Tripod. Let me just wait. I'm gonna wait a little until it gets cool, because if I try to make the empanadas now, they're not gonna come right. So we're gonna have to let this cool a little bit. So I'm gonna pause and then come back again and start with the maseca to make tortillas. Okay? Thank you. This is the flour, the corn flour for making tortillas. And we basically are going to make them as tortillas and them as empanadas. Okay, like I said, I'm giving you step by step. By the way, for the ones that are learning Spanish, I will have this video as well as in Spanish for practicing your Spanish. And if you want to know, like, how can I order these empanadas in Spanish, it would be like, I would like some empanadas de picadillo, which is ground beef empanadas. Okay, I will be right back. Hi again. I'm here with the maseca right now. I have 2 cups. It's not lukewarm. It's not too hot, but we want the water to be more hot than warm. I mean, that you can tolerate when you're working with the masa, with the flour. So, and it's good to have 2 cups right now. I don't know, for some reason, you need to keep adding water as it needs it. Absorbs water pretty fast. Now, I have máquina to make tortillas with, and I cut these plastic. This is a plastic bag from the store where you put your vegetables. This is clean. It has to be clean. You cut it, and let me show you. You cut it in a way that you can lift the top, just like that, and you can get the tortilla. And remember, this time the tortilla is going to be an empanada. So I have my meat ready that I cannot tell you how good it tastes. We can even make just fresh tortillas and tacos and voila, you're ready. And I put olive oil. But this is oil that can be at high heat. But you can use any oil you want. But you have to be careful. If it's light olive oil, make sure that it's oil you can fry with. So let me start with making the tortilla. Now that I show you the ingredients, and I'm gonna have the pass the camera to my assistant. Now look, I'm gonna pour water, and it's gonna look like a lot of water, but I'm keeping my flour, my corn tortilla flour here, just in case that I need to add some more, and if I added too much water. So believe me, I use right now like a third of a cup, no, 2/3 of a cup, not even a whole cup. But I know that I'm going to need more than that. Okay, I wash my hands. We always have to wash our hands real truly. And see, it's not enough water. I'm going to end up having to use more than 2 cups. I can tell. I already told you that was a cup and a half of flour. So I'm going to be working with this, and I'm going to let you see how it looks as you keep adding water. And I believe, like I said, I'm going to be using more than 2 cups. 2 cups of water. I have maybe half of it left. Yeah, I have half a cup of water left. Half out of 2 cups of water. So, oh, one thing I forgot, but it's not too late to add. I'm going to add some salt. The recording? Yes.
Yes,
Right?
I guess so.
I'm gonna have to clean these after I finish, because I'm gonna have to wash my hands because I touched these. Doesn't mean that. Just bear with me. If you can focus to the flour and the meat. I'm washing my hands, and I'm going to take the opportunity to also get another half cup of water, because I think I'm going to need it. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I totally forgot to ask you to add salt. Please make sure you add salt to your flour before you start pouring water like I did. But you know what? Good thing I remember. Now definitely I used the 2 cups of water. Let's see. Let's keep on working with this. What we have, this water. And keep on working. We're gonna have to let it rest like 5 minutes. And it's always good. I show you, I have to put like, looks like we're gonna need like 2.5 cups of water. It pretty much looks like that. Because really, it has to be ready. And you will see how nice this tortilla maker or machine. If it's too wet, it will stick to your plastic. So you have to make sure it's not too wet. But as you're making your tortillas, you're gonna need like a damp cloth or paper towel, because the corn tortilla tends to dry pretty fast, and you don't want yours to crack. That's what happens. When it dries, it cracks. So to keep it moisted, we're gonna make sure we roll balls, and while those rolls are waiting to be the next ones to be empanadas, they get dry, and they can crack. Like I said, you don't want it. See? Now, this is how it's supposed to look. Here it goes.
Okay.
Okay, hello again. We're almost at the last part of the empanadas. I also wanted to let you know that if you think these are drying, just wet your fingertips and kind of do it like this again, just to get it a little bit moist. Not too much, because remember, we don't want it to stick in the plastic, and we don't want that to be, you know, a problem with the oil. So we're almost in the last part of these empanadas, and I tell you, if you can try these, oh my goodness, these are so delicious. Remember that we need to let the oil cook it, or cook the tomato into the oil, and it will get that nice flavor that we want for the empanadas. Now, if it breaks, I will show you not to worry, unless it's a very big hole in your empanada. You can cover it with a little bit of masa before you put it in the oil. Let me show you. I have this one, and it was not problem. It cooked right. Here you can see I added a little bit of masa just to prevent for the onions or the tomatoes or the meat to come out of the masa. Again, just wet your fingertips, and it will take care of that dried masa in the outside. Again, it's better if you keep it moist, but sometimes it's not just enough, because remember, we started with 30. We're setting our empanadas right here, and let's open this one. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my goodness. It's delicious. Delicious. Let me get this one out, because I don't want these to taste burn. It's gonna be crunchy, I tell you. These are going to be crunchy. Crunchy, oh, even better. If you have problem flipping these over, you can help yourself with a spatula. Whatever works for you, remember, as always. Okay, let me go back to you in a few seconds. Let me just finish these, and I'll be right back. Okay, this is it. I'm going to start eating, and I know that you will enjoy your empanadas, your ground beef empanadas. Enjoy it. Have a great day. Oh, no la apagué.